And a very beautiful and good morning to everybody. This is Vinny Maletti with Maletti Law, the strongest name in law. The date now is August 24th, 2022. It is about 9:30 a.m. It is a Wednesday. It is a beautiful Wednesday here in Brooklyn, New York. And, first and foremost, thank you for visiting the channel. As always, please be sure to subscribe if you enjoy the content, if you want to get more content delivered, and if you just want to, be more in the know, you certainly should. Also go to the website at www.malettilaw.com. www.malettilaw.com. Make sure to sign up for the newsletter. So same thing, you're not missing nothing. We always post cool, exciting content all the time that we think is relevant in life. So certainly happy to share it with you. And certainly, look forward to having you come visit the website and check us out. Okay, so let's get down to it. So first and foremost, this video today, as always, client questions come in, comments that clients have that I feel are kind of like relevant because they're like day-to-day, basically everyday things for everybody. Because there are a lot of, look, one of the coolest things about being a lawyer is that you start kind of realizing how things work, how the process works. You kind of realize things aren't so easy. So, here at Maletti Law, we endeavor to try to make the confusing less complicated for everybody and try to deliver things to everybody so it's nice and easy for them to understand and can go on life and do everything and handle everything accordingly. So today's issue is the post office. If any of you have ever, this certainly is not the first time you're coming to my channel. Certainly not the first time you're listening to me. You all know I hate the federal government. I hate everything about the federal government. I hate the state government, probably worse because, all politics are local. So I definitely hate state government more, but the federal government sucks. And one of the things that completely sucks is the service from the post office. If you're going to send anything by way of post office, you always want to send it certified mail, signature confirmation. You always want to send it registered. You never want to send anything regular mail, because anything you send regular mail, just assume it's either A, never going to get there, or B, it will get there in 6 months. So post office is brutal. I've yet to, I don't know, I actually hate their service. But okay, so what happens, and this is more often than probably not, your letter gets lost in the mail. You are sending a copy of a will or a copy of a death certificate, something important like a check, important vital records of yourself. You shouldn't be sending this regular mail, but okay, people send the regular mail. What are you going to do, right? So the question is, what happens if and when the post office loses your package? Why? Because they're going to, because they suck. So what happens? The first thing you want to say to yourself is, well, the government was responsible for this, therefore they're liable. In theory, that should be what happens. Obviously, it's never the case. So enter what is known as the Federal Tort Claims Act. So any kind of claim, all right, so let's put it this way. So I learned this in law school many years ago, though I look like a teenager, I'm really not. I'm quite older. And one of the things I learned in law school was that the king has to consent to getting sued, basically. It's like you can't sue the king or something like this concept, from feudal days, very, very, many moons ago, from like feudal England or something. And, the idea was that like the king had to give authority for the peasants to sue him, right? So enter the Federal Tort Claims Act. The government has agreed to certain liability through what's known as the Federal Tort Claims Act, which sets forth like the procedure in which you are permitted to sue the government. One of the, probably the most important, I'm trying to make sure I had the statute, but probably like if I had to guess, the most important statute having to do with the Federal Tort Claims Act is what's what I'm looking for? The exceptions. So there are like just many exceptions listed under 28 USC, United States Code, section 2680. There are many exceptions listed. Those are specific instances in which you cannot bring suit against the federal government. The second you file, they will be trashed, they will be thrown out, they'll be dismissed. One of those instances under the Federal Tort Claims Act, in which the case will get thrown out immediately, is anything arising out of, and I'm reading it verbatim, any claim arising out of the loss, miscarriage, or negligent transmission of letters or postal matter. So think about how broad that is. Any matters, any claims arising out of the loss, miscarriage, or the negligent transmission of letters or postal matter. So any single loss out there, whether the package is, destroyed, whether the package is stolen, whether the post office agent, rather than taking the letter, and putting it in the mailbox, he decided to put it inside of a shredder. I don't know, if you send very important documents, or if you send testing kits and the post office decided that they were just going to take your box and kick it into the ceiling and leave it in a dark alley, it would arise out of that. Any instances in which this happens, where claims arising out of the loss, miscarriage, or negligent transmission of letters or postal matter under 28 U.S.C. 2680 will be dismissed immediately, because even though the federal government so graciously decided to waive their sovereign immunity to let you sue them, you may not sue them for this. Likely because I imagine they get 47,000 complaints a day. 37,000 come from me, probably. The other 1,000 come from the rest of you every single day. So very intelligently, the government has decided they wash their hands with it, and you guys go screw yourselves if you have any claims on it. A second item, which is very common, is you need to exhaust your administrative remedies before you can file suit in a federal court against the federal government. So the Tort Claims Act, under Section 28, 28 U.S.C. 2401, 28 U.S.C. 2401, under this Federal Tort Claims Act, you are required to bring your complaint within the agency that is giving you your problems within 2 years. So, post office is a perfect example. You submit your husband just died. You have a lot of things you got to do. You need to get a copy of the death certificate, whatever the case is. You have to send it to people. You make copies of the death certificate, you put them in the mailbox, you send them out. Letters, gone. Like most letters, like every letter that goes to the post office that's not sent certified mail or signature confirmation for $10. Like most letters that go, it gets disappeared into the matrix, right? So you are required to go through whatever process that the USPS has internally to exhaust these remedies before you're able to go to the federal government to sue, and you got to get a determination letter. So post office will string you along. Let's say you file your complaint, you do their stupid complaint process. Obviously nothing gets done because they suck at their job. And if you think they suck at their job at delivering mail, wait till you see how much they suck at their job when you finally complain against them and they don't even want to help you. So they screw that up. It just stretches. Now you are 2 years in, 3 years in of this complaint, but you finally get your determination letter. Now you can sue. But just to find out that you're going to get dismissed anyway, because it's an exception. So this is where we are. So just to bring this all back around, here's the easiest way to do it. One, you want to file, if you're going to file a lawsuit against the government, remember the king has to give you the permission to file a suit. You look to the Federal Tort Claims Act. You see if they have their sovereign immunity waived. You file a lawsuit. But before you do that, you have to make sure you don't fall into one of the exceptions in 28 U.S.C. 2680. And not only do you not have to fall into one of the exceptions, but you also have to go to the agency directly to exhaust the administrative remedies, to chase them to see if they can help you out with anything. So this is the cluster screw job and I'm trying to not curse because Millennial Law is here for the kids. So I'm trying not to curse, but long story short, it's a challenge to sue the government. So and if you lost your mail, look, a penny of prevention is worth an ounce of cure. What is it? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? Prevent. Send packages certified mail. Send packages signature confirmation. Pay the $10 extra. Send packages through any other carrier except the USPS. Send them FedEx. Send them UPS. You'll do better. And you'll have less headache down the road. But this is where we are. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was insightful. And I hope you were able to get something out of this. And if there's any, above all, if there's anything, obviously, you know where to reach us. You can reach us in the comment section. You can reach us in the website. You can email me, vmaletti@malettidol.com. I am possibly the most accessible person on the planet, though I seem to only respond to text messages and emails and comments at like 3 a.m. It's because that's my downtime and I don't sleep much. So if you have any questions, concerns, certainly, obviously, let us know. We're more than happy to help you. Email me, contact me, leave a message, text me, I don't know, leave something in the form, summons me on Facebook or Instagram. Don't sell me nothing, but, try to tell me whatever. And if you need me to sue somebody, certainly retain me. So as always, we're here to help, yours and Law's love and lifts. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and peace out.